2002, 2003. Guys, what are you doing here? I did not see you there. Well, since you're here, let me take a second to introduce a new video for this week. Some of you may be wanting to see the world, but you're not exactly sure how you can make that happen. Maybe you don't have the money saved up. I want to show you guys how you can extend your stays in some of your favorite places. Now, this week's video is made possible by none other than Malibu Rum. A huge thank you to them for sponsoring this week's video. And now let's show you how we can extend our stay in paradise. Now, without a doubt, the two biggest expenses that any traveler will face will be accommodation and transportation. And I want to share with you guys 3 different ways that we can actually decrease the cost of traveling while still enhancing our experience of being on the road. Now, not only do I want to show you what these 3 tips are, but I also want to show you the experiences behind them, what a budget week of travel in Thailand look like, and how you can apply some of this to your travels. So what are these magical methods to saving money? Well, the first one is actually going to be getting a job at a hostel. Now, I've done a bit of research, and I was reading online that most people will not find a job by sending in resumes. The best way to do it is just to show up in person. Now, I have to mention, Katy actually had to go back to Peru. She's in one of Peru's biggest movies ever, and she's gonna be walking the red carpet. It's no big deal, really. But with that being said, we're gonna be doing the remainder of this adventure solo. I miss you. I'll see you soon. We are currently in Koh Samui. We've got 2 more islands to cross over to, so about an hour-and-a-half ferry away. Let's get started on our journey, and let's hope this video is not a flop if I cannot find a job. The ticket here from Samui to Koh Tao was 600 baht.
Thank you.
So I'll be honest, guys, I haven't done solo travel in a while now, but the awesome thing is it's so easy to meet people here in Thailand. You can literally just look.
Oh, hey, is that Christian?
Hey, Parker!
What are you doing here?
Wow, look at that!
Oh, that is just too funny. What a coincidence.
What a coincidence.
Ah.
Small world.
It's Parker and his girlfriend, Jackie.
Tiny world.
That was a little setup, but Parker reached out to me yesterday. He's like, are you in Koh Samui? And then turns out we were both going to the same island the same day. So, you know, that's a bit of a cheat. You probably won't meet people that easily, but it's not far off from that. You just kind of look around and people are down to hang out, especially when you get to a hostel. Time to get a job. If I want to work at the hostel, what do I have to do? So I got a piece of information that's a little bit interesting. Because it's low season here, there's not much to do for this hostel, and I would assume for many others. So they're like, well, typically we don't hire during this time of the year. Do you hire people to do work at the hostel? So because it's low season, not many people looking for workers? Yeah. Rejected, 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 and yeah, I got rejected here too. Yeah. My hopes are no longer high. Now guys, I wanted to fill you in because I've probably checked up on 10 to 12 hostels and all of them have given me a very big no. One person actually took the time of their day to kind of explain to me why it was a no, and I really appreciated that. It takes roughly 4 days for him to train someone to do a basic task. Sometimes they're gone 1 week after training, and at the end of the day, he doesn't want to rely on very inconsistent workers. Another thing he told me was that this is a 5-kilometer island and all businesses are being watched very closely. Having even volunteers puts a bit of a target on your back with the Thai authorities. But there's no denying that many travelers do extend their stays in some of their favorite places by partnering with hostels. And that's where I actually wanted to bring in an expert on the subject because admittedly it is not me, so let's go have a word with her. Guys, I want to introduce you to Carly here. She's from Edmonton and she has been backpacking all over the world and she's got a lot of experience with staying in hostels, working in hostels. You actually worked in Koh Tao. You did the impossible, you found a job. So tell me, how did you get the job in Koh Tao?
So it was typically the same thing. They were asking us what our plan was, what we were doing next, and we said we didn't really have one. And they told us kind of about their program, 5 hours a day, 6 days a week. And you got to do all the excursions for free. And you also kind of had the ability to create a community. It was mostly about the money saving. We were like, okay, this is perfect.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So were they actually paying you or was it just board, food, drinks?
Just board, food, and drinks. So far, all the hostel jobs I've ever had friends work at, and myself included, have just been for room and board. It's always about a month commitment. The one hostel that I worked at was an unreal deal. You only had to work 1 shift a week for 6 hours. And in lieu, you got to stay in your own house. You got to drink there for free, and you got to drink at the other bars in town for free.
Wow.
And then also, you got to do Sunday Fun Day, which is a pool party in Nicaragua, every single week for free, on the condition that you stayed fun.
Have most of your hostel agreements been found by actually staying at the hostel and getting to know the staff and then asking?
Yeah. With this one in Nicaragua, which was more of a long-term thing for me, when I met them, I was like, wow, like, I get along on so well with you guys. I loved the town. I loved everything about it. Yeah, it was great. I was there for 2.5 months working at the hostel, and in the last 4 months I've been back twice, so.
Somebody is just showing up to Cotao or to Nicaragua and they want to find a job at a hostel. Like, what would be the first thing they should do?
No hostel that I've ever worked at promised people a job in advance. So typically, like, a month is what they're going to be looking for.
Yeah.
But depending on how desperate they are, they'll take you for 2 weeks. And if you want to stick around for 6 months, it's a bonus.
I want to say a huge thank you to Carly. If you guys want to see more of her stuff, her travels, her Instagram is right there. It's Cardor. Malibu Rum gave me a couple of challenges. They wanted me to live like every day was summer, hence the beautiful Thai islands, I think a perfect fit. But secondly to that, they wanted me to travel with spontaneity, not exactly knowing what my travels have in store. And I thought the perfect way to do that while keeping our travels affordable, even arguably free, was to try a website that I've never tried before called Couchsurfing. So I created a profile on Couchsurfing and I started browsing through some of the hosts, and I quickly fell upon JT's profile. He had awesome reviews, he seemed like a really cool dude, shot him a message, and within less than a day I got a response. JT invited me to crash on his couch, no strings attached. Here we go, the first ever Couchsurfing experience starts right here with my incredible host. This is JT.
What's up, man? What's
and
up, guys?
JT has just picked me up here on his bike. I've got luggage. We're gonna try this. This could be a bad idea or a great idea. Alright, so JT has just checked me in, and this is gonna be my bed for at least a couple nights. That is the most incredible selfless act. He doesn't know me, but through Couchsurfing, he has opened up his home to me. He has offered it to me at a cost of $0. Now, this is the view from the front. Look at that. JT and his family are actually from Koh Phangan Island. He did a bit of time in the US, and then he came all the way back to Thailand. He shared with me some of the amazing restaurants on Koh Tao I never knew about. He shared with me some of the local insight, the culture. I don't know if you're supposed to do this, but don't judge me. It's going all over my rice. Is that how Thai people do it? No. I give this a 9.5 out of 10. One of the better Panang curries I've had. I told her I wanted spicy. She looks at me and she's like, I think I'm gonna give you medium. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna trust you. Medium was the right choice. Don't get too cocky here in Thailand. The spice is real. And now, what are we doing?
Going to John Swan viewpoint.
All right, lead the way. Well, howdy do.
Oh, hey.
So the best viewpoints don't come easy. You gotta work for them. And John Swan is no exception. We got a 15-minute hike of grueling uphill. Okay, it's not that bad. It's like 15-20 minutes, but it's really steep. This is one of my favorite parts right here. Hot damn, nature. You sexy. Holy. And then there's me, a sweaty mess. Who needs water? This is the best part of the hike. We're almost there. You kind of have to scale up a little bit. There's usually a rope. What do you think?
I think it's gorgeous.
Parker.
Yeah, Bob.
I'm sure you get this all the time, but if you were to compare this landscape to one of the Friends characters, which one would it be?
You're right, I do get that a lot. This one would be Chandler Bing.
Okay, why?
Because
Could it be any
nicer?
That was pretty good. Wow.
Is that the same thing?
And how many times have you been up here before?
Just my third time.
That's it?
Yeah.
I've been up here more than you. Parker, if you were to compare this to one of the Power Rangers, which Power Ranger would you choose?
Green Ranger.
Why?
Because it's green and Tommy's sweet. He's got that flute. He plays that song. Do, do,
Okay, so this is like the coolest sport of all time, and I've only seen it here in Thailand. Check it. Basically like volleyball, but you can only use your feet. Look at this. Boom. I can't even like touch my toes, and these guys are getting their toes above their head. Oh, oh. Oh. Guys, do you know what the score is?
No, what's the score?
I heard it was a tie.
Oh, snap. Hey, Christian, 2 silkworms had a race.
Okay.
It ended in a tie. I'm ready for the high five.
Later that evening, JT and I met up with Parker and Jackie for some Malibu drinks by the beach. For me, it was extremely nostalgic, drinking an awesome drink while sitting in the beach bar I had been in several years before. A few things had definitely changed, but one thing that stayed the same was the world-renowned fire shows. It was such an awesome night. Dude, this is the biggest gecko I've ever seen, guys. The next morning, I challenged JT to join me in this trip of spontaneity, and my food is here. Room service. The next morning, I challenged JT to join me on my search for true spontaneity. We decided to try something that neither of us had done before, and something that definitely made us a little bit uncomfortable. That was freediving. If you don't know what freediving is, it's exactly like scuba diving, but instead of having a tank on your back, you just have two little tiny tanks inside of you, and basically you try to go as deep as possible with a single breath. Sounds fun, right? Alright guys, so I've just arrived here at Apnea Total and I'm about to start a 2-day course, but I've only got 1 day, so I'm doing half of it, but by the end I hope to be able to do some basics of freediving, learning to control my breath, to limit my oxygen use, and class starts now. I always thought it was just about taking the biggest breath, just going and then going right under as quickly as possible, but I've learned that so much of that was wrong. Actually, the first thing they have to start by doing is taking really slow sets of breath. They taught us how to fill up different sides of our lungs. I should hopefully be able to have a higher capacity just by having that knowledge. I'm really excited to put it to the test now. We're going out in the boat. How you feeling, JT?
Feeling good, man.
This is Ben. You've taught me everything you know. Today our goal is to get to a depth of 12 meters. We're not allowed to go any deeper on the beginner's course. 40 feet, I can probably pull it off. We'll see. You're a local here in Koh Tao and he's never even been freediving yet,
Nope. So I'm excited.
Today's the day to learn something new. Alright guys, on the second attempt, I managed to make it down, and you know, I'm not gonna say I could go a ton further, but I definitely had it in me to go further. It was just like the technique, the breathing exercises help so much. I'm really happy, I'm feeling good about today. You really have to like slow your breath, you have to be relaxed. It's almost like yoga to some extent. Like, I feel like it's a special bond we all have now. Guys, we're back and I could not be more excited about today. I feel so accomplished. I want to just keep working on it. I want to keep practicing my breathing exercises and my diving skills. I have to say though, the instructors at Apnea Total made it so incredible, so easy to learn. If you're coming to Koh Tao and you want to push yourself to the limits, try diving without a tank, this is the place to do it. So we've come straight from the dive class and now going to a local Thai restaurant here. JT's showing us a little hidden gem that's nice, cheap Thai food. One of the awesome things is you can come to Koh Tao completely alone and do a dive class or go out on a pub crawl and you'll meet new friends. What did you say, guys? Are we friends now? Are we? Is it official?
Instagram official.
Instagram official friends. That's the most high-end friend you can find. Because we're on the theme of affordable travel, I wanted to show you something that I'm shocked I'm just seeing for the first time. Kyle has been using this as he travels through India, Kyrgyzstan, now through Thailand, and basically it kills all the bacteria in tap water. So you just filled up with random water. You can get it from the tap or wherever you want, right?
So now you can see the lights turned on. The UV light is actually functioning.
Okay.
Now I'm just going to stir it around to disturb the bacteria. You get a smiley face.
You get a smiley face when it's done.
And we're done. Now we have clean water. Cheers.
I just got back to JT's place and he's gone off to work. And JT, I don't think you should trust me this much because this is what I did. I had a red wine from last night and it was sitting on this counter table right here. It fell and it was completely unopened, and so it just made the biggest mess. I've spent the past 20 minutes scrubbing the floor. Now with that being said, JT's at work for a little bit, but he will join us afterwards to go and enjoy some Malibu tonight. I'm meeting up with the other guys from the dive course today. When you meet the right people, you immediately hit it off, and now we're gonna go consume some beverages together. And later that night, you do as you do in Koh Tao, we decided to go out for some more beachside drinks, some Malibu rum mixed with a coconut shake. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Yes.
If you haven't already tried it, it is like a match made in heaven. It is the PB&J of alcoholic drinks. A couple drinks later, we headed across to the Fishbowl. And if you don't already know, the Fishbowl is definitely one of the good places to go in Koh Tao for live music. Now I have to say, couchsurfing was instrumental in this trip. It kept things spontaneous, it kept things very affordable. Thank you, JT, by the way. And most of all, it let me see a side of Koh Tao I had never seen before. Now I wanted to understand a little bit more about the couchsurfing scene, so I decided to talk with JT, and this is what he has to say. We were strangers, we did not know each other 3 days ago, so I want to ask you, JT, what makes you want to invite people like myself into your home?
For me, it's just to meet people, you know, meet other travelers. Everybody on couchsurfing is to travel, you know, traveler, they become surfer, they become my friends.
JT was saying that one of the things that he likes to see is that people are looking to not just like get a free bed. That's not the reason he wants to host you. It's more about like getting to know somebody, true hospitality, and I couldn't ask for any more. The very next morning, it was time to say goodbye to my newly made friends, and it's time to share with you my third and final way to save money when you travel, to keep things really cheap. It's gonna be to choose the long route. Okay, so begins the travel day. Goodbye, Koh Tao. Hello. It's now 2:45 p.m. and I don't arrive in Bangkok until 6:30 a.m. Now, it's a long travel day, but the nice thing is, as you'll see on the train, it's actually gonna be my room for the night. So not only do I get to where I need to be, but I also don't have to spend money to stay somewhere tonight. An hour later, we've just arrived here at Chomphon Pier, and from here, I gotta take a transfer bus to our next stop. And look at these clouds. It is so beautiful right now. Thank you very much. You have to go up into the bus. All right, so right as we arrive, it starts to rain. Great timing. Now that was only probably about an hour on the bus, and we're now at the train station, and that will be our final leg to get us all the way back to Bangkok overnight. I had flown into Koh Samui just about a week before, and I paid about $250 one way from Bangkok to Koh Samui. The entire travel time was around 4 hours if you include airport check-in. We paid $40 this time, and not only that, but we also had our hotel covered for the night because we would sleep on the train and arrive in Bangkok first thing in the morning, being perfectly rested and ready to start our day. Really, it's a double saving. Not only do you pay less for transportation, but we pay less for the other second element, which is the accommodation. I gotta say, I'm a big believer in night trains if you wanna keep costs low, and even if you don't, if you wanna try something that is really like the quintessential travel experience, you have to try a night train at least once. It's a lot of fun. This is one of the most beautiful skies I've ever seen. The sun is setting over there. It's so beautiful. Guys, tonight Thailand treated me so well. That was absolutely insane. I just flew the drone because I had to capture this moment right here. That's actually one of the unspoken benefits of traveling solo, is that little things mean a lot more. So when you don't have distractions around you, you focus so much more on your surroundings. And tonight, I couldn't have asked for more beautiful ones than this. The sunset was exquisite, and I don't use that word very often. Here comes my ride to Bangkok. Guys, so welcome to the sleeper train. It's currently 9:30. We arrive at 6:30 a.m. So basically I'm here for the next 9 hours. This is my sleeping quarters here. So I hope you guys liked my room tour. Please leave a like if you want to see more of them. If you want to see a what's in my closet video, just comment down below. And yeah. Now the best thing about the train is that you've got all the facilities. Let me show you. Just in here, you got this ultra spacious squatty potty. It's time to get cozy. Let's do this. I like it in here. It's pretty cool. And look, you got a seatbelt here so that you don't roll out. But if you want to live things a little dangerously. Ticket? Ticket? Yeah, 1 sec.
So it's 5:30 and we don't get there for another hour. And these people are just making so much noise. Shut up. Anyways, I slept really well. Definitely a great way to get to Bangkok.
That was super easy. I couldn't recommend it more. And with that, I went back to filming my Bangkok food guide, which by the way, if you haven't already seen, it's all linked down below. But after an absolutely exhausting day of eating Bangkok's best food, I had to kick it back with a final night out in Bangkok. So I went into my DMs and I met a guy by the name of Christian. Yes, Christian squared, there's 2 of us. And so we decided to go out to Koh San Road, always a classic time. We brought a bottle of Malibu and we started pouring drinks for a bunch of people. We even shared a few drinks with the DJ and some more newfound friends. And that right there was an incredible end to my trip in Thailand. And we are off to the airport. Traveling affordably can be extremely fun, and I highly recommend you take some of these new strategies with you. I wanted to say a big thank you to Malibu Rum for sponsoring today's video. They're one of my favorite companies I've worked with, and most of all, they make videos like this possible. And if you're new to Team Get Lost, if you've never seen my face before, hit that subscribe button so you're notified when new videos go up, and hit the bell button if you want to be extra sure, because even though I post every Saturday, sometimes YouTube doesn't send out notifications. I'll sign off there. Let's get lost again in the next one.